Mark, it's really a pleasure having you back into the King Studios. How's it going?
Well, it's exciting times and challenging times, I'll tell you that.
I thought what we would do here would be a really good time for reintroductions to United Way because there are so many organizations that are working out there when help is needed, be it Haiti, be it Pakistan, be it, down in the Gulf, any, near or far, or be it in our own neighborhood.
Absolutely.
So your main mission is to advance the common good of everyone in the community. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, really what that means is we're really about, as a community, hopefully helping everybody have an opportunity for a better life. That really breaks down to three parts and priorities that we focus on. That has to do with education, it has to do with income, and it has to do with health. And in education, it's really about ensuring that all of our children are getting the opportunity for quality education, graduating and going on for further education. So they're prepared for jobs, the economy, the challenges that we're facing. And when it comes to financial stability and independence, that's really what income is all about, is how do people have the kind of income that they can support themselves and their family.
So how is a contribution used? It all sounds good, and I believe in it. If my neighbor is doing well, I'm doing well. It's kind of your United Way, live united kind of concept that you espouse. But a contribution does what specifically to those three areas? How does it work?
Well, the first thing is that people hopefully will know that because of underwriting of our administrative and fundraising costs by corporations in the community, 100% of your gift goes to support programs and services in this community. And during these really difficult economic times, I would say to all of your listeners that I've got to believe that everyone out there knows somebody that's been affected by this economy. And so really that right now, it's very personal. We know people that have been hurt. So when people give during a community campaign, it's really the community's campaign, those dollars, 100% of those dollars are going out really to help people to stabilize families through food, utilities, and rent through the Community Relief Fund. They're providing financial counseling, the Earned Income Tax Credit counseling to help people be able to fill out the forms and be able to get back some dollars that are due to them from their federal taxes. It's about really working with people out in the community. It's about early child development and preschool activities. It's about health access through Project Access Now, helping people maybe don't have health insurance or underinsured to be able to get access to health care. So it's very practical kinds of things right now that are really, really important for people just to be able to stay on solid ground.
And one of the things that I've always thought when I thought United Way, I thought of it as a kind of an umbrella. And then there were all these organizations underneath it. Is that the right way to think about it?
That's
or I guess what I'm asking
changed quite a bit.
Okay.
And that is that the United Way really, and I want to say the community's United Way, and through the community have set priorities. And organizations, collaborations apply for dollars, and it funds programs, but there's no guarantees over the lifetime. It used to be where there were partner organizations, and once a partner, always a partner.
With United Way.
With United Way. Now, really what it is really funding programs and really funding priorities that are addressing needs. So organizations are still getting funding, but it's really looking at what they're doing to be able to help our children, help our families, help to be able to provide access to health care and to deal with the health and well-being of our community. And so they write proposals that are reviewed by volunteers, and they determine which of those are going to get funded. And then it's a 3-year funding. It's a multi-year funding for them to be able to move forward. So
United Way is really kind of acting as a vetting organization. Organizations can come to you, can ask for funding, but you are going to really make sure that this is and it has integrity and that they are after what you as an organization hold as your mission statement.
Yes. When
right?
I would say that when you say the you, it's community volunteers.
Right.
It's the community, people from across the 4-county area that are part of that process that are really looking at those proposals, reviewing and interviewing those agencies and organizations, and as you say, vetting to make sure that they are financially viable, that they have a history of doing what they say they're going to do, and that they've got a solid program and strategy that's really going to make a difference, and that they're going to provide information as they're moving forward that's going to show us whether or not they're really making the difference they said they were going to do.
So I wanted to talk about volunteers, but I wanted to quickly have you really very graphically paint the picture of what the face of United Way is like. Like, what kind of an organization are you, for instance, helping, or who, for instance, is one of the faces of United Way?
Well, you've got a number of organizations. So when you're looking, as an example, I'll go back to Project Access Now is one of our priority programs where we're a strategic partner. That is an organization that, in fact, works with all of the health clinics throughout the 4-county area. And as people are identified that have a need for further medical care than can happen at the health clinic, they have the relationship through all the health systems and the hospitals and the doctors. They've got over 2,500 doctors that have agreed to volunteer to help to provide services at no cost to people who've been screened. So they are strengthening the system and access to health care for those that are most in need. And for last year, they helped 3,500 people be able to get health services beyond what they would have gotten at a health clinic, and that were important. So that might have meant that they had an ulcer and they needed surgery. It may have meant something related to their back. It may have been, something related to feet. So in terms of health, we've got partnerships with a number of organizations in terms of financial counseling across the community, working with Cash Oregon and a number of other organizations to provide financial counseling around the Earned Income Tax Credit. We work with a lot of early child development programs, daycare facilities and programs, as well as a number of organizations through the Sun Schools and through a variety of other organizations that are out there helping to provide caring adults in kids' lives, to keep them in school, to provide tutoring and mentoring and that kind of thing.
So to me, it sounds like you're casting this really large net over our region, over the Vancouver. You call it, let me make sure, Columbia.
It's the United Way of Columbia-Willamette, but it's really the Vancouver, Portland metropolitan area. It's Clackamas, Clark, Washington, Multnomah counties that we serve.
Now, you said that if you don't have money really to contribute, and a lot of us are just struggling on the day-to-day just to get through and shore up our own family and community, volunteering is very important if you maybe can't contribute as much. But
Absolutely.
Volunteering is what is like the backbone.
Many times a person's time is more valuable than their money. So I would say to anybody out there, what we're really all about is mobilizing the human and the financial resources in the community on behalf of those that are most in need. So if somebody is interested in volunteering, we have a strong partnership with Hands On Portland. We also have, and we also have partnerships with Oregon Mentors, and we're working together with the Palouse in terms of their season of caring. So there's a number of different ways in which we can help to plug people in. And in fact, this fall, we will, together with other organizations, finally have a website yet to be developed, but where people can sign on and be able to look at all the volunteer activities across the region and see where they want to plug in.
So your Live United mantra, I really like that Al Jubitz said so well, we're only as strong as our weakest link. And Mark, I appreciate you sharing your passion with me this morning and with the community at large.
Well, thank you for having us here. And I hope that others out there realize that if there's ever a time we need them, now is when we need them to step up and help nonprofits, whether it's through us. Any nonprofit right now needs your help.
Thank you, Mark.
Sure.